All right. So, today with me I have Lynn B, and she is a credit restoration specialist, and we're gonna go ahead and build out her target audience using Facebook Insights. So, if you, Lynn, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Oh, sure. My name is Lynn Battle Dandridge, and I am a financial educator and a restoration agent, partnering with financial education services. Been in the industry a little over 22 years. However, I've just started to do this as a full-time entrepreneur a little under 6 months. What I do is I help individuals that need a little bit of help, that may have experienced a hardship, whether it be a divorce or some sickness, or just a financial bond that have resulted in not being able to pay bills on time, or not being able to maintain the debt that they have, and that may be experiencing some credit issues. So what I do is I leverage the Fair Credit Reporting Act to be able to dispute those items on my customers' behalf, because as you know, more than 80% of credit reports have errors on them. And so what I do is I leverage the laws to be able to remove that information from the customer's profile and boost their credit that way. And also there's some other services that I can provide along with financial education, because we not only want to increase their credit scores, but we want to educate them on how to maintain the credit score and help them understand what they did to end up in that situation, and become familiar with the different items and the resources that we have to be sure that they don't end back up in that same situation.
Okay. All right. It's really interesting stuff there. Thank you so much for letting us know a little bit more about what you do there, Lynn. Um, okay, so everybody knows, me and Lynn have been working on our funnel overnight, right?
Yeah, we were putting in the midnight oil.
Yeah. So Lynn, her bait is ready and her funnel is built. You want to let them know a little about what we're doing, and what your goal is for targeting, and who your dream audience would be for your event.
I'm actually putting together a free credit seminar in my hometown, which is Rocky Mount, North Carolina. And so not only do I want to be able to cater to those people that I know, or immediate family and friends, but I want to be able to offer a solution to people in the surrounding areas that may need some financial education or just a little bit of help with their credit scores. But I don't want to rely on family and friends to invite people to the event. I want to be able to build my audience so that people will know my name, and will learn from some of my testimonies of my previous clients, and want to be able to spend some time with me so that I can educate them and get them where they need to be too. So it doesn't matter how old you are, what race you are, whether you're working or not. Everyone needs to be financially educated, because we didn't receive that information in school. Some of us, our parents, were not educated as far as finances are concerned. So you do what you see. So we want to be able to leverage some education, and help people know and understand how money works and how credit works.
Okay, cool. All right. So um let's get onto this. As far as audiences are going here, so like you said, it doesn't matter what gender, what age, so on and so forth. So one thing that I really wanted to teach this group is about not custom audiences, but audience insights inside of their business managers. This is a very strong tool. It's one of the best tools that you can put in your toolbox, especially when doing research on your audience, right? So, as we're discussing here, we're building out our audience for Lynn's event. Lynn,
Yeah.
so um, when we get into this, right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go everyone on Facebook for this case, but you can also break it up for your page if you had at least, 60, maybe 90 people who have liked your page. You can build a custom audience based on them, and you can also do a custom audience based on prior ads that you've had before. But in this case, it's your first time running ads on your account. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do everyone on Facebook, okay?
Okay.
Now, as we get into this, this is based on what there's two things that you need to know about custom insights, right? And that is, it's either fact-based or it's algorithm-based, okay? Fact-based being, competitors, stuff that, that it's actual absolute fact that these are the people that like this type of thing, right? Where algorithm-based is where it's Facebook's best guess. Or it's third party generated, as I've talked before in my other videos. Now, let's say for this case, right, we're going to do Rocky Mount, right?
Okay.
There we go. All right, so now you said anybody, but to deal with that, I don't think 18-year-olds are going to be running out the bat worried about their credit unless they wanted to learn about credit. What would you say about your age ranges?
I'm going to say maybe 25 and up.
I don't think you want to work with just anybody, right? Okay, so now you're not specifying the gender at all, right?
Right.
Okay, so far here's what we have. Now, we can do this based off, the easiest way to build out a funnel is to go by your competitor, to build out your audience is to go by competitors, right? What is your company's competitors? Do you know?
I think our top competitor is Lexington Law.
All right, so let's put in Lexington Law and see what type of audience they have already built out, and then we can mimic an audience in accordance to that, right?
Okay.
Lexington, oh, Miss Angie. Huh, they didn't bring up anything. What else do we have?
Credit repair.
There you go. Well, the thing is, I wanted to do more, but credit repair is fine. Let's do that. Okay. So we got city, and then we got a credit repair organization. Let's go with city because they're pretty big, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now when we put this information in here, right, it's going to pull us up a report. In this case, wow. Hold on. What a hard niche. 1 second here. Let's just put credit repair. Let's do the organization. Wow. I looked this up last night. Let's do this. Let's do fair credit. There it is. It was fair credit. That's what I looked up last night.
Mm-hmm.
So I did, as you saw when I wrote out your ad copy, I did a little bit of research. There it is. This was how I built it out last night. I was playing around with this. Just make sure. I guess it's because we put in Rocky Mount. Let's take Rocky Mount off. Maybe they don't have anybody in Rocky Mount as far as these different places, right? Okay. All right. So people who have shown interest in Fair Credit Reporting Act or the Credit Repair Organization Act, right? These are the top categories that Facebook says that they like. So people who have liked this, they rank their their likes. So would you have ever known that people who are interested in a Fair Credit Reporting Act also like Trina? So look, they're interested in going to Walmart. Look at this. Their audience size is 10.1K, right? It's crazy, right? Okay, so as you go through this, but here's the demographics. So 66% of women, 40%, 44% of all of Facebook, between the age ranges of 25 to 34 and 35 to 44 would be your best target audience, okay? This is where you're gonna get the most views, right here.
Okay.
Okay, if you go any higher than that, you're getting into territory where it just might be a waste of money. You know what I mean? But if you're gonna bring in a third, you should go up to 45, 54. So if you suck right here, you would be just fine when targeting your audience, okay? Now, the next part of this is their lifestyles. You know, down here, they're persistent and productive, and they like to, you know, spend money at work and play. Let's see what else. The relationship statuses of your target audiences, right? So if you were to go in and build out an audience in your business manager for your Facebook ad, here are basically all the things that you would want to target. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Very simple, right?
Right.
All right. I don't usually use location too much, but if you're trying to be specific, you could do that. Here is the top places where people who are interested in credit repair, you know, or, you know, credit repair organization act and so on and so forth. This is where they are. Okay.
Okay.
And then their activities on Facebook. Like I said, it broke it down right down to what type of music they like. Where have you ever learned anything like that, right? I know exactly that people who are interested in this like this. All right. I wanted to do one more here. And that was Lexington Law. I want to see if that will come up for us. Which it won't. Nope. Huh, that's interesting because they should be in here, right?
Right.
They should be. But let's go ahead and clear it all out and we'll try one more time to see if they're in here. Lexington. Nope, they're not. All right, fine. I don't want to kick a dead horse. Maybe they have a face, or these are people you can, you know, come here and put people connected to, people not connected to. And then you can also go farther into behaviors. Let's say you want your target, like you can come in here and you say, my target audience, in my case for marketing, right? I want people who are interested in digital marketing, or so I can sell them a course, right? So I would go in here, I put digital marketing. It's going to pull up, you know, all the different things that they like, right? So this guy here, I would target his audience because it's showing here that he has 303.7 people who like him and they're interested in digital marketing. Right here, they're listed as entrepreneurs. So it breaks it all down for me so that I don't have to do much of the guesswork to figure out my audience. Now, if you're using my seller to listing segmentation theory, you should be able to come in here, right, and do it by age. So you can break this up in the age. You can type into what we were doing, right? So let's say you're millennials, 25 to 36, right? Let's say are men. All right. So in my case, these are the people who would be the most likely to buy for me in this age grade. Because in my theory, you should be able to target everybody all across the board, right? So I know that men are going to be highly interested, and this is what they're going to like. So when I create my ad just for my millennial men, right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to target, you know, people who are doing career building in their lifestyle. They have a relationship status as single would be one that I would want to target. They're college educated, and, you know, their job title is, you know, I probably do management, just so that I broke down my customer avatar and I'll be able to, you know, hit different points that will, you know, when I do my pain points and do my ad copy, I can, you know, specifically tailor it out to them. Does that make sense there, Lynn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Is there any questions you had about this?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay. All right. So in your case, um, we know that in Rocky Mount, there's not much of a target audience as far as Credit Repair Act. What would be another interest that you think that we could possibly put in here? So just so we can get some data.
Mm, you think you may be able to find something on FICO scores?
FICO scores. That might be a good one. Yeah. FICO. That's for local business, right? FICO. Or you could possibly do people. How about financial, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. Or you can target, in your case, you could target people who have tried to open a bank loan and they didn't get it. So we can go personal finance.
And I guess the kicker to this too is I saw realtor up there, real estate. We also partner with people that need credit worthy clients. So
Right. So like I said, okay, so let's say in this case, because we're building out yours, it has all business and industries. What the world? No. We want to do personal finance, right? All right. So in this case, we could do it this way. So people who are interested in their personal finance, 0% of women came up under this category. um, so then under that is the men. But like I said, this is either going to be, fact-based or algorithm-based, right? Let's see. I don't feel like I want to get different results. I want to find the best target audience for you. What's another let me try FICO one more time. All right. Let's do all. All right. So here we go. Here's people for FICO. And your best age group for this one is going to be between 25 and 34. I guess that would be the best time that you'd be worried about your credit and your lifestyle status, right? Is because you're either up and coming or you're trying to grow on so that you can continue to have something as you get older, right? Because when you're younger, you don't care about credit too much. But as you get older, you're like, well, now I want to buy a house and I want to buy a car and I got to get off, But prior to like that, you're going to college and you don't have no debt. You know what I mean? And then you build the debt, and then by the time you know it, you're 25, right?
right.
So if we put in FICO, so this would be the audience I would put into Facebook. I would, put in 25 to 30. If you're targeting across the board for both men and women, depends on what type of breakdown that you wanted to do. If you're going to use my strategy, or if you're going to just, try a couple of ads. But the thing is, once we put this in and you run your ad, like here, they're married. 42% are married. So you go for married people, college grads, and with a job title of management. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you can build them out in your Facebook ad, and then you can target maybe a couple of their likes. And they're Thai. A lot of Thai stuff right here. That'd be interesting. And this is for the United States. 1 second here, Lynn. Not Kentucky. United States country. This is giving us the whole world. All right, here we go. Page likes. Oh, I guess it's too broad. But anyway, you get the gist of what I'm doing, right?
Right.
Okay. Because there's so many ways that you can take your audience. But if you come in here and you base it off of competitors like FICO, or let's say you know, like I did the credit restoration, not credit restoration, but you know, the act, the Fair Credit Act.
Mm-hmm.
People who are interested in that, you can target directly, put your ads directly in front of those people and target them in Facebook when we start running our ads. Now, let's say that we're running an ad, and you get up to about 500 impressions and you still haven't gotten anything, or you know, no bites, because the whole thing about this is that you're testing, you're constantly testing. You're testing, you know, your audience, you're testing this, you're testing that. And let's say you get up to 500 impressions and nobody bit. That's like about $5 to $10 maybe ad spend. You don't want to waste too much money. So you got up to $10, 500 people you made an impression on, and still no bites or still no, you know, any type of movement on your campaign. Then go ahead and nix it, and I would try a different audience, okay? Just as, you know, some back in there. So when we're researching our audience, this is one of the best tools that you guys can go and use. It's in your business manager. You would have to go and set up a business manager account. I believe I probably should do another video just showing how to set up an account, but this is in your audience insights. You would open up on the left-hand corner here, go all tools, and here it all is. Okay. I'll probably go over some more of these on how to set up an ad and stuff like that, but I feel like there's so many videos out there, and that setting up ads, sometimes it's more better if we work one-on-one when setting them up, because everybody has different ads that they need to be ran, and they need to have an understanding for what they have to do under their ads manager. So it's easier if you know, if anybody wants to hit me up one-on-one, I'll go through their ads and show them how to set up their ads and explain ad manager step by step. That's the best way that you're ever going to learn ads, because you watch, you know, some YouTube, or you can do something else until you're blue in the face, but until you actually have hands-on experience doing it for yourself, you're not going to really learn how to use ad manager or how to build out an ad, or you know what I mean. So does that make sense? Making good sense?
Yep.
All right. So Lynn, is there anything else that how do you feel about your audience at this point? Who exactly do you want to target?
Well, after you've made that comment regarding the millennials and being in college, I don't even know that 25, age 25 is a good age for, you know, for any specific ads or anything. So maybe 30.
Okay, so you want to go like more midway between the ages?
Right.
Okay. Well, like I said, for the millennials, if you target it out, you'll be okay. With the FICO score, right? You'll be okay to target them starting at 25. I wouldn't go 24, because 25 is like when you put in Facebook, it breaks it into chunks, right? And if you use my theory, you'll be okay at 25. Because that's about when they're just getting out of college. But you can do it however you want. But if you did 30, so you're saying your target, your perfect customer avatar, right, starts in the millennials from 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're college educated, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else?
I don't know if it allows you to break it down to occupation.
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Job titles right there. So you got manager. This is with the FICO score, though. I don't know which one you liked more as far as a targeting option, but this is based on, you know, the database for Facebook or the Credit Restoration Act. I believe it had management as well earlier, but I would say I would go as far as management, target managers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you know, they also had transportation moving, but targeting this management here, there's more options too. I wanted to break it down for you so you can compare. There's a 241% as likely to be in this group, right? So that would be dead on to target. And then I would go on, if I were you, I would do married, a millennial, married, college, manager. Like if you wanted to do just one specific gender, but I don't think in this case you want to do that, because they're pretty. They're not too far behind of each other. You know what I mean? They're off by about 10 points or so. You know, they're pretty equal. So breaking it down by gender wouldn't be, unless you're doing my theory and you're going to separate it out, your campaign by male, female, like I have in my strategy. But if you're not going to use that, I would just go ahead and, just target all genders and then break it down like that. Ultimately depends on your goals. All right.
Okay.
So you can do, so you're going to do about 30 to, what'd you say? I would say I would go ahead and I would stretch it out to about 44, 45.
Okay.
But with yours, that'd be I would say that would be the best age group to target, because they're going to be the ones who are going to want to be up and trying to fix the problems and trying to get into houses and trying to buy cars and trying to make those big life moves and changes, but they have just a little bit of discrepancies from in the past. You can also did you have like I want to say um oh, this activity is kind of important to remember here too. So when you go in, are you going to target people with desktops? Because there's nobody, right? So I would try to keep it within mobile. Somehow they have 56% selected, but this is from two different audiences, okay? From Facebook audience and from their like I said, they're algorithm based and they're fact based, right? So majority of people, they have their phones, so running a mobile only ad will actually benefit you a lot, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you can choose all that when we go to build out the ad for this. And then here's their household income. So for the FICO, majority of people, they're making between $50,000 to $75,000. See how much you learned about your perfect audience here?
Mm-hmm.
And then, most of them, they own their home or they're renters,
Right.
So, home ownership, it might be a reason to, have money. But the thing is, you don't want to go in and do too much, but you want to have as much data as you can so that you can, like, let's say we took all this information and we threw it into our Facebook ad and we did all this as an audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we go back in and we're like, oh, well, we have too much, right?
Right.
So you can go in and you don't have to target everybody who's been to college. You don't have to target everybody who's a manager. You don't have to target everybody with this income, right? You don't have to have all these specifics detailed out in your audience. But to start out with, if you're going to target your competitor's audience, right? That's what I would do. I would detail everything out and then run it and see how it goes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And after $5 or $10 or so, or 500 impressions, right? If it's not working for me, then I'll be like, okay, screw it. I don't want to waste money. Let's start. Let's think about this from another perspective and start excluding a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But in the initial research for you always want to do this initial research because this is gonna save you a lot of time. It's going to make sure that you're targeting the right people and you're not just getting people to click on your ad who are going to waste your money, because this is a pay-per-click game. You know what I mean? So that is my suggestion as far as this goes. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay. So during this whole deal here, we know that millennials, right, starting at 30 and going on to 40, right, they're college, they're managers, they're making about 50 to 75K a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll have the best, according to this research, you'll have the best outcome with a mobile ad and not even worrying about your desktops. Like I said, it goes on further to here, but for an event, I think that's as far as you want to go. So your likely crowd that'll turn out or actually show interest in what you're doing is going to be based on that. Now, if you target it just to Rocky Mount, so it's going to put in, you're going to put in Rocky Mount. So all those people who they didn't click on FICO, because we know that nobody in Rocky Mount has clicked FICO. So I wouldn't even put FICO as an interest on your audience, but I would just build it out. Millennial, college, managers, this, that, boom. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the audience. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay. So now we have your audience built. Now all we got to do is get your ad up and running. How you feel about that?
I feel good.
Good. And then it was funny. I want to say last night when I got up with Lynn about this funnel, she gave me, the basics of what she wanted. And how long did I have your funnel? Within what, less than an hour?
Less than an hour.
She's like, you did this in less than an hour? Like, I'm a funnel hacker. It's what I do. But like I said, if you study hard and you make sure that you're doing things right, everything else comes naturally and it comes easily, Okay. Well, then I don't want to keep you up much more time because I told you about 30 minutes, right?
Okay.
I think we're about there. So I'm going to go ahead and I thank you for coming and doing this with me.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Thank you for offering.
Yeah, no problem. All right, 1 second.